Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I make my candied sweet potatoes. So what we're going to need is light brown sugar. We're going to need sweet potatoes or yams. We're going to need some olive oil, pure vanilla extract, pure orange extract, some nutmeg, ground cinnamon, a little bit of salt. We're going to need 1 full stick of butter, a little bit of allspice. We're going to need pineapple chunks. We're going to use some of the juice that is in the pineapples. Definitely do not drain those. And finally, we're going to need some mini marshmallows. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 375 degrees. I'm going to wash off some of these sweet potatoes and then peel them and then cut them into chunks. If you prefer your sweet potatoes in slices, you can definitely do that. So once I get my sweet potatoes washed off, peeled, and then sliced into pieces, I'll be back to show you what we do next. Okay, I have my baking sheet with some tin foil, and then I have my sweet potatoes all cut up. I did rinse them off, and then I also put 3 twists of the Himalayan salt over the potatoes. Now we're just going to drizzle with some olive oil, not a whole lot, just a little. And you can either stir these around or put the lid back on it and give it a shake, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to put them on the baking sheet. We're going to bake them at 375 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes, and then I'll be back to show you what we do next. So our sweet potatoes are still roasting in the oven, and I did set my timer for 25 minutes. In the meantime, I just turned my pan onto medium. I added 1 full stick of butter. I have 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and then 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Over here, I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of our pineapple juice, which I'm going to just put in there right now. I have 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I have 1/2 teaspoon of our pure orange extract, and then 1 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And it is packed. So we're just going to add everything into our saucepan here. And our spices. So we're just going to bring this up to a simmer, and then once it's ready, we're going to pour it over our sweet potatoes, and we're going to put it back in the oven. But I'll be back to show you what we do next. I am adding 1/3 cup of light corn syrup as well. I like a lot of sauce in my sweet potatoes, and when I'm not recording a video, I just eyeball it. And I did add another additional 1/4 cup of the pineapple juice. So I'll make sure when I upload this video, I'll make sure to put the additional ingredients I added in the description for you. And we're just going to simmer this for a little bit and let it thicken. Okay, our syrup is boiling here. Make sure you do not walk away from this because you don't want it to overflow the pan. And if it starts to, just remove it from the heat. I'm actually going to reduce the heat now so that it gets a little bit thicker. I did get my sweet potatoes out of the oven, and I did butter my 9x13 baking dish. And we do still have our pineapples over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer my sweet potatoes over to my pan here. And then as soon as my sauce gets a little bit thicker, we're going to carefully, and I mean carefully, this candied liquid right here is super hot, and you do not want to get this on your skin at all. Trust and believe that. Once we transfer the sweet potatoes over, we're going to pour the entire 20-ounce can of pineapples on top of the sweet potatoes. And if there's any liquid in there, that is totally fine. You don't have to drain it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to carefully pour this liquid over the top, and then we're going to put it back in the oven. But once I get to that step, I will show you what it looks like. Okay, I just turned the heat off, and I did add an additional 1/2 teaspoon of the orange extract. I went ahead and tasted it, and I did add my pineapples over the sweet potatoes. So go ahead and carefully pour the candied liquid over your sweet potatoes and pineapples. We're going to put it back in the oven, 375 degrees, and we're going to bake it for about 25-30 minutes. And then what we're going to do is put the marshmallows on top and then put it back in the oven for about 10 minutes or until the marshmallows are golden in color. Okay, this is what we're looking like. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the mini marshmallows on. You can put as much or as little as you'd like. I like a lot. And then it's back into the oven until the marshmallows are golden in color. Okay, our candied sweet potatoes are done. They smell delicious. So what I'm gonna do is I leave them sit here for about 20 minutes or so, and then I'll be back to give them a taste. Okay, let's give our candied sweet potatoes a try. Delicious. That's all I can say. Absolutely delicious. I love the pineapple. And you get that hint of orange from the orange extract. You have to try this recipe, it's amazing. You get the cinnamon, allspice, nutmeg. Absolutely delicious. You can make this for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, or anytime. But I hope y'all enjoy this video, and if you make it, please let me know how you like it. And I hope you have a great day and a great rest of your week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye everyone.